We in the studio. We in the studio. With Rob in the studio. In the studio. In the studio. Catch a vibe in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. With Rob. We in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. Yeah, I'm in the studio with Rob. I need to make the heat flicker. Izzle on it, only thing can make a Rico beat sicker. So listen and get your wisdom. Gemstones on your head top with the OG like Flintstones, good in bed. Been living a long time and he got something to say. Depending on how you feeling, dog, you might got something to pray. This type of influence that you ain't gotta filter through your liver. We in the studio with Rob. Come let the heat rock simmer.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of In the Studio with Rob.
What's up, Rob?
I am Rob.
He is.
And I'm with, as you can hear, Izzle.
What up, dude? Yeah.
What's up, young fella?
What's up, you boy?
It's all good. And as y'all know, we got a different Izzle in the house. Who is this Izzle?
This is Desk Jockey Izzle.
Desk Jockey.
Yeah, you know, hype board radio.
I mean, so we got the hype one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right.
What are you talking about today, sir?
Yo, it's good that we talking about the hype one, or the studio, the DJ, because we talking about I'm living the single life. I'm not living that life. I'm sorry, but I am talking about that. That's what I'm talking about.
Married.
I am, and I love it. But I'm talking about living the single life and not mingling.
Single, no mingling bars.
Because what I'm talking about is you being comfortable, being single. It takes a little something to do that.
What does it take?
We're gonna talk about that.
Oh, we're gonna talk
about that. But I want people to just marinate on that single life.
Single. Imagine if you're not single. Imagine yourself like if you stayed single.
And you know what's funny right now? When you say that, all the married people, they like, ooh,
this gonna be a good one.
They like, ooh, I wish I was single. Because when you're married, you won't be single. When you're single, you won't be married. People, we ain't never satisfied. That's sad. But
life too long.
Yeah.
That's something to think about.
No, we ain't never satisfied. So. But I want you to be satisfied in your singleness. I want you to be comfortable in your singleness. I want you to enjoy your singleness. You know, I got a goddaughter, and sweet baby. That's my baby. I love that girl. And I love how she lives her single life. This girl go traveling by herself. She I'm talking about other countries. I ain't talking about she went from AC. I'm talking about other countries. You know, she go Asia, Europe, wherever she want to go. But she cool with being with her and maybe a girlfriend, or either going with some people that just signed up to go, and she just go too. She's so comfortable in her skin. And I think that's the beauty, and that's where most people should be, first and foremost, whether you're married or not. You should, before you even think about being married, you gotta like you. You should like spending time with you. If you don't like being with you, why would you think somebody else want to be with you? If you don't like it, or you don't like you, why would I like you?
Facts.
I think we spend so much time trying to become what, like our mate. We want to find somebody, so we want to be what somebody else wants us to be, that we never enjoy us. Now, I'm going to say this, from my married state, it's like I'm at a place, me and my wife been married, long enough that where we cool being in separate places. It's like I could be downstairs watching the games or doing whatever I'm doing. She could be up doing whatever she's doing. Or she can go visit her family and sisters, hang out with them. Or I can go and hang out with, whoever I want to go hang out with. And it's okay. But what I've learned through all this is that I like being with me. Don't take nothing away from her. But I like me. And I think the first thing you have to do when you live in single is learn to like you. And you have a better opportunity of doing that than people in a relationship because you got an opportunity to be alone. The problem is you spending too much time trying to be with somebody that you never take the time to learn and be by yourself. So why don't you take this moment and reflect, single people, reflect on the last time you went to dinner by yourself, or you went to the movies by yourself, or maybe a concert by yourself, or anything else by yourself. Think about those times that you actually did it. Not the time when you did it and you was thinking, oh, I wish I had a date. No, I'm talking about when you actually really went somewhere. You ain't have to worry about what you wore. You didn't have to worry about what your hair looked like, or if your shape up was tight. You didn't have to worry about if you could have a good conversation with somebody else. You didn't have to worry about if they were going to be on time or they're going to be rushing you because you like to be late. None of those things mattered when you went by yourself because it was all about you. And I think what happens sometimes is we forget the joy that comes with being by ourselves or being alone. I don't need a date to go everywhere. If I like the museum, I don't need to find a date to go to the museum. I can just go to the museum and enjoy the museum without somebody saying, can we hurry up? If I like if somebody told me, let's go to I'm trying to think of a certain type of food. I don't know. Let's go to a Mediterranean restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay. Or let's say I don't like Mediterranean food, but they want to go. Now I'm going because they want to go, but I ain't really enjoying this food or the time there because that's not my thing. Mm-hmm. If I didn't have a date, I can go to KFC or
not go anywhere.
Or not go anywhere and cook for myself. Right. But it's the idea of when you're not worried about people, you do what you want to do and what's best for you. But when you start talking about I want to be in a relationship, then you have to conform to other people's needs as well. That's part of being in relationships. But I'm just saying, you got to start thinking about how much fun, how much joy can you find with you. It's not a knock on you to be by yourself. Now, people will always say, oh, you ain't got no man yet? Or you ain't got no girl, man? And people will say that. But the same people say that, wish they had one. Because they be like, man, my girl getting on my nerves. And maybe that's what you should respond, bruh. I ain't got no girl because you keep telling me how bad your girl is. I ain't trying to get into all that. Mm-hmm. You keep telling me, your man out doing X, Y, and Z. Why would I want a man? Look, sometimes you got to remind them why they trying to, make you feel some kind of way for not having it. And be like, look, I ain't about to try to have all that drama. I'm good with not being in a relationship right now. I'm enjoying life. And I'm not saying that you should never want to be, but I'm just saying wherever you are, if that's your state in life right now, don't knock it. Enjoy it. Enjoy that place that you are in your singleness. Enjoy it. Because once you get married, all of a sudden, or in a relationship, all of a sudden, your time becomes part of somebody else's time. Your meals become part of what other people like. Your, movies become part of. I can't just go see only the movies I like. I gotta go see some of the movies she liked too. I can't just listen to only the music I would listen to. I gotta listen to some of the stuff she listened to too. I gotta be flexible. And that's fine when you're in a relationship, and that's cool. I ain't knocking that either because I love it. But if I'm single, I ain't gotta worry about that.
No, I love it, but seriously.
I like being married. I'm one of the people that like being married, so that's different. But I do like being by myself too. And I think that's why I enjoy marriage so much more now, because my wife understands I like being by myself. If I married somebody who didn't understand that and was really needy or really needed to be for me to be with them or them to be with me all the time, that would be hard for me. But if you are already single, take the time, learn yourself, learn your likes, your dislikes, learn what brings you joy, learn what makes you sad, learn all the things you can about yourself, so that when it's time to be in a relationship, you're choosing somebody that one you can explain those things to, and then they'll accept you for who you are. And you also know what type of person you're looking for because you know who you are. It's hard to choose a relationship when I don't even understand myself. I don't even know me. I don't know what I like yet, but yet I'm picking a woman to be a part of this, and it's like, I messed up again. Yeah, I don't like that. And so learn yourself, enjoy it, travel, be like my niece and travel. If you're scared to travel by yourself, find some single friends and travel with them. But travel, enjoy. But go to different restaurants, do different things that would challenge you. Things that once you're in a relationship you may not have time to do. Go do those things, enjoy those times. Don't just crave, I gotta be in a relationship. Because everybody ain't meant to be in a relationship, first of all. Some people may always be by themselves, but don't mean they lonely. That just mean they ain't got the headache of a relationship. Because yes, as much as you love being in a relationship, they do come with some headaches. I'm worried about this bill, and we gotta split this bill, or I gotta pay all of this, or I gotta, we gotta have a conversation before I do this, or we gotta make sure that we talked about doing this. If I'm single, I do what I want to do when I want to do it. So you got an upside. If you got a house and you single and you decide, I want all the rooms in my house to be purple, you can do that. You ain't got to talk to nobody. If you in a relationship, y'all have a conversation, and it probably won't go well. They might give you a little piece of wall to paint. All right, you can paint that little piece right there purple, because I hate purple. It's just things that you deal with. So don't just look at being single. Being single is not a curse. It's not something that we should be frowning on. We should be, people talking about, you need a man or you need a woman. Why? I don't need that. I may want it, and if you want it, more power to you. Go get it. But don't feel like you need it. What you need is to make sure that your life has some joy and some meaning. And if that means that you can find that alone, and when I say alone, don't mean lonely, it means by yourself. Then be by yourself. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Look, if I ain't in a relationship and I'm not locked in, I can date. I can go out with as many people as I like. Whenever I want to go out, I can go out different night, different person. Because I ain't in no relationships. I'm just living a single life, enjoying myself. If I want to go out with nobody, I can do that. I got all these options that are mine. And they're all the choices I make, whether that's educational choices, job choices, whatever. You're the only one you got to consult with. You don't have to consult with nobody else on none of your other choices. When you get married, you do. When you're in a relationship, you do. Being single has so many great qualities that people miss out on it because they keep looking for a relationship. And then they complain about the relationship. So rock in your singleness. Enjoy that, man. Don't just look for somebody else all the time. Learn you. Enjoy you. You know, if you older and you single, you like, oh, I'm used to being married. Well, get used to being single now. You might find you like it. Might find that it's one of the better things that you missed out on when you because you got married. Evidently to the wrong person because y'all ain't last. So, maybe being single is best for you. So enjoy it. It's not a bad thing, man. Just try to rock with it and enjoy yourself. So, Israel,
yes, sir.
What you want to say about singleness? I know you ain't single, but but just talk to the people that are single and think it's bad. It's like they need somebody, or they need to be in a relationship just because they
So I'd say for me, I'm also a relationship type of guy, but and it's not because I need a person, because I don't. More so, it keeps me in check a little bit. Like, I think I would go a lot crazier in life in various different areas if if I wasn't involved with anybody. So it's kind of like a little it's a means to an end sometimes. It's not all about that. However, single is fun, and life can be stressful.
Right.
However, there are stresses that don't exist when you are single.
Correct.
Because if you're any type of good relationship person, like I try to be at times,
I would assume you always, since you're perfect.
Well, sometimes perfection is knowing when not to do things.
Oh,
so sometimes I gotta mind my business.
I got you.
Anyway, so you would ideally take on some of those stresses of your partner. Right. Just because you don't want to see them stressing alone. You don't want to see them going through things alone. That, while admirable, it's there's a burden that comes along with that, an emotional burden that comes along with that, because it's emotionally burdensome to have your own stresses. Right. So imagine you're taking someone else's on. You don't do that when you're single. You don't have to do that when you're single. So I don't know. There's pros and cons to both, obviously, and timing is everything. So, I mean, I would just
and I agree, pros and cons. But one thing I would say is, whatever state you're in, you have to find out how to be content and find joy in it. And I think the problem we have is we're never content and we never find joy where we are. We keep on looking either backwards or forward. I can't wait for this to happen, or I wish that would have happened. No, right now, this is where you are. Enjoy that.
Sometimes you can say, I can't wait to be married, but it's probably better if you wait to be married.
Yeah.
So, okay, sure, look forward to it, and when it happens, cool, but make sure you just are looking forward to it until it's time.
Yeah.
Because you may need to be by yourself right now.
Because look, in order to be married, you should have put in work individually and then as a couple. And if you rush into it, then you didn't do that work that you needed. And it's probably going to be a couple of years later, you'll be like, oh, I wish I would have never got married. I wish I was single. You're always wishing something else. Enjoy. Be content where you are. Single life has a beauty all of its own. Enjoy that beauty before you go, or before you just always thinking about something else or somebody else or needing this. Enjoy the beauty that is single life. Enjoy that. And then something else will come when it's time. But look, like I said, it takes some time. First, I want y'all single.
Unless she's bad. If she's bad, just go ahead and marry her, man. Leave it later. Deal with the consequences later. How pretty is she? That should be the title of this episode. Let's change the title of this episode. How pretty is she?
Yeah, well, that ain't the title, and that we don't care. But I want all your single people to do this for me. Again, I'm going to ask you to do this. Think about the last time you went somewhere by yourself, and what did you do? If you can't think of anything, then I implore you to do something. If you can think of something and you say, I would tell you to do it again and go into it thinking this is going to be great. But again, think about the little things. What did you wear? Why did you wear it? What time did you leave? Why did you leave that time? What time did you get there? Or what time did you come back home? And why did you come back? All of those answers should be because I wanted to. Not because he or she wanted me to wear it. Not because he or she wanted to leave this time or that time. Not because he or she wanted to come back home this time. All those answers are you. So if you haven't done anything, please go out. Go out your house. Go somewhere, to the movies, the museum, the wherever, a concert. Go wherever and just enjoy it. And then tell me that single life don't have its pluses too. I'm not saying that everything is gravy, because again, it's downsides to everything. But go enjoy yourself. Go try it. So, all right, Izzo.
Yes, sir.
We're going to wrap this one up.
All right, you got that Knicks hat on, so I ain't about to draw this out. Tell people to like and subscribe to the podcast, please. You got anything else? Come on. You got anything else we got to get out of here?
Yeah, like and subscribe.
I said that. Come on.
Like it some more.
I said that. That's my thing. I was already saying that. I said like and subscribe. Everybody do it. Everybody.
And then,
you don't have to tell anybody. Everybody gets to do it.
I'm not going to tell them now. I just want to make sure that they know.
Why are you talking so slow? Why you talking so slow?
Why do I need to write?
Hey guys, it's been great.
No.
What do you say? Bill Rob in the studio.
Orange and blue skies.
Wow.
And we'll holler at y'all.
Skies and blue and orange and blue at the same time.
Orange and blue skies.
So we out of here. He's Rob. I look like him with better hats.
Jeez.
Bye.
Studio. We in the studio. We in the studio. We Rob in the studio. In the studio. In the studio. Catch a vibe in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. We Rob We in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. Catch a vibe. Yeah, I'm in the studio with Rob. I need to make the heat flicker. Izzle on it, only thing can make a Rico beat sicker. So listen and get your wisdom. Gemstones on your head. Good with the OG like Flintstones. Good in bed. Been living a long time and he got something to say. Depending on how you feeling, dog, you might got something to pray. This type of influence that you ain't gotta filter through your liver. We in the studio with Rob. Gonna let the heat rock simmer.